idea that I am all things and I see myself through all things. The all-seeing eye sees itself through all things. This is something ancient. This is what we've all come here to do, is know thyself.
The
And know
all-seeing eye is
thyself through the
Lucifer. It has a
all.
whole
You
nother
cannot know
understanding than the
yourself.
all-seeing
You
eye.
cannot know who you are unless you have the all-seeing eye. The all-seeing eye is the I am. It's the same thing as the Christ consciousness. This is all that it's saying. This is
But a
pure
lot of people
knowledge. I'm
use
telling
the
you.
eye. A lot of people use the eye though. The
What I'm
eye
telling you
is
is that the animal is you.
the eye
That I
too.
agree with.
Yeah.
I understand why you say that.
I-E.
But
Right.
The
I
are
feel
we
that.
the
not
the
it? Because
banana
they are
is me
us. We are
too,
not it.
but I'm not a banana.
Right. You see what
Word.
I'm saying?
Right, right. That's what that
Right.
right. That's what
So
I
they
was
are just
that's
like
where I
us.
was getting at. I was saying that
You
like
said the
yeah,
banana is not
animals.
what?
The banana is me too, but I'm not a banana.
Thank you.
Oh my Lord. You are the banana. If you say you're
Let's
not the
say the
banana, then
same.
what is the banana? The banana separate from you?
It got a
If the banana
pill.
is not if the
It
banana
grows
is
on a
not you, then
tree.
what is the banana? The banana is just a banana?
Yeah.
And when you eat the banana, does the banana
The
become you?
yes.
Okay, so then the banana is you.
It's of us. We are not
But
it.
It's
I'm
not
Get it?
not
up.
Get it?
Yes,
Get it?
it
banana.
Get it?
is,
Get
and
it?
you're
I'm
of
not
it.
banana.
It is of you. You as above,
We
so
are not
below.
it
It's of
though.
you. Yes, you are. You cannot take it one way. As above, so
Oh my
below, so
god.
within, so without. It is you, and you are it. That is the divine law of the universe. You cannot separate it at this point of your ego. It is what it is, and you are what it is, and it is what you are.
As
It
above,
goes
so
both
below
ways.
refers
It goes
to
both ways. As above, so below, so within, so without. That is you, and and it is it. That is you, and you are it.
as below,
Period.
so below is opposite of self. It's opposite of each other.
No, what
So
I'm
it's
saying to
not
you,
the
it
same
goes
thing
both
still.
ways. The banana is you, and you are
Oh
the banana.
no.
And when you in the course with the banana, if y'all become one, it just what I'm telling you is this. At the end of the day, it is all you, and then you can't get around that and then teach your knowledge. You cannot get around what I'm saying to you. You can try all you want. This is the running. This is the ego wanting not to let go and die. You said you was death row. Well, here's your moment of death.
I get what you're saying though, brother. I get what you're saying.
I get what you're saying. I just my thing is this. Okay, so people have a theory that okay, from the theory basis that the white folk come from us, right? People would say they are of us, but we are not of them. You get what I'm saying? I think like that's where the confusion is coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I
Because
guess
Right.
just because you're an extension of me does not mean that
You
I
and me.
am you. You get what
Right.
I'm saying?
Right.
Like you are
yes,
me,
yes it does. Yes
but
it
you are
does.
a
Yes
part
it
of me,
does.
but you are not me.
Everything is you. Everything is you. Even everything is you. Stop. You have to stop saying that. Because if you say that, then that's an oxymoron. It takes away from the very thing that you're saying. Either you are Christ conscious, either you as there is no separation or there's separation. Which one? That's why we call it our lower self, so it doesn't separate it from us. But these are the things that we're not supposed to partake in to become one with God and what we are, right? As far as good, what is righteous. Now, God is good and evil. But there's
Right.
two forms of God. There's the God of principle, the principle of all. The God of principle is the God of good. That's a principle. That's a principle of good. The God of all things is that's universal. That's the universal understanding that everything is God, everything is energy, everything is consciousness. Then we have the principle of God, right? Two forms of God. The number one is the all, the energy, the consciousness that permeates through everything. That's God. That's the universal understanding of God. And then there's the second understanding of God, which is actually a principle of good.
So it's
And that has
polytheism.
opposite, that has the polar opposite, which is the devil, which is the principle of evil. It's a principle. These are principles. That's why they have polarity. Polarity means all polarity comes with principles. These are principles. So when we say what is godly, we're saying what is righteous. Well, how do we know what's right? We must get what's actual facts and science. This is how we know what is right. So what I'm saying to you is, as we are universal understanding of God, is that we are the all-seeing eye. I am all things. I am the tree. I am the banana. I am everything, and everything is me. This is the zenith of what you came here to know. This is the purpose of life, to know thyself. It's written all over the world, walls of Egypt. Know thyself, know thyself. And if you know the kingdom of God is within you, if you know thyself, you will know the kingdom. Okay.
That's a fact.
Right.
So this is all of the walls. You have the eye of Horus on your symbols. Come on. The
I'm
eye
all
of
ready to the
Horus.
all-seeing eye. Yeah, I'm all
Okay,
here.
so if you have the all-seeing eye, then you realize that am. I
No,
am
I'm
the
not.
animal.
But see, that's the thing. You didn't misunderstand that. I'm not debating what you're saying necessarily. I'm more so just clarifying, getting to the specifics. But because
Right.
to my understanding, certain people in
Right.
your group also have taught to let go of physical family, right? Now I have knowledge behind that, and I agree to that to a certain extent. But I'm saying that's detaching yourself from you as well, right? So how can you recognize yourself with the animals, a lower form of yourself, but you can't recognize yourself with
Like I
your
said, white supremacy is a part of who we are. It's the evil in us. It's the wrongdoing in us. The thing that separates us from our divinity. Right? I'm not saying that it's not myself. I said it's my lower self. So if I'm detaching from my lower self, it's to come into my divine self, which is my higher self.
okay. So
That can
but
only
animals
happen.
are your lower self, right? Though, so
The animals
how
aren't my lower self. The animals are my higher self. Is what I'm telling you.
But nature, the
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 animals are, because
Sagittarius
they're
man,
one with nature. They can't
the
disobey the laws. So you
the
look into
Sagittarius
the animal
man,
kingdom. You look
they eat
into
each
the
other,
animal
nature.
kingdom. Hello.
They eat each other, man.
Of course, and so yo, listen. What do you mean they eat each other? Everything on earth eats each other.
They
No,
do
Everything
they
is
have
but
feeding off each
pineal
other.
glands?
it's
You
levels.
are, listen, you think of yourself as one being, but you are trillions of cells moving as a one being. What I'm telling you is this: everything eats itself. It's the cycle of life. It's the ecosystem, for God's sakes. But nothing truly dies. It's all, nothing is lost. All is transformed. Come on with it. They eat
Right.
themselves. That sounds like baby spirituality 101. Come on, we're deeper than that. We're higher than that. We know that all energy is transformed. Nothing can die. It's only
right? That's a fact.
transformed.
That's a
So you
fact.
think
That's
Okay,
that
a
so
the
fact.
let's stop
animals
saying
do you think the
they
animals
eat
actually know
themselves.
the same information? Do you think the animals know
The
what
animal
they said?
cannot disobey the laws of nature. They are part
What
of
I'm
this
asking you
ecosystem.
is, do you
You
think that
can
the
be in your
animals
lower
know what
self. The
we're talking
difference
about right
between
now?
you, the only difference between you and all the other animals is that you have the ability to do wrong and they don't. They
But we
can't
have
do
the
wrong.
power
That's
to
why
step
they're the
outside of
righteous
our.
path. That's why we have to study animals, because they can do no wrong.
How,
You do wrong. We do wrong as
Okay.
the human cell. We have the ability to disregard with the laws of nature, obviously, right? And go against the
I get
equilibrium of
what you're
this
saying.
existence. What I'm saying to you is our divinity lies in becoming one with nature through and studying animals and how they live, because we are in our lower self. When we study animals, we're understanding, okay, the animals can't be wrong. If we can be wrong and the animals can't be wrong, then we must be like the animals, because they can't be wrong. If I'm gonna walk a righteous path, I have to walk just like the animals, because the animals are
So
living in
nature,
harmony with what we are, with what
but
nature,
is.
the
nature.
Caucasian thought that same exact thing, had them sleeping, eating, bathing with their actual,
Here we go.
and
Here
then
we
it goes,
go.
and then
Well,
we
Here
don't
we
pick up
go.
on
Is
but
that the is
no,
that what you're gonna
but
Uh,
pick up to
technically,
defend
I was
ignorance?
gonna go somewhere else with it. I was
I
gonna
was
go.
That
gonna go
kind of
somewhere
that
else
kind
as
of
well.
dials back
I was
though.
gonna go
It,
it,
somewhere
it's
else as
not,
well.
it don't make sense. We don't do what they do. We do what they don't do, so the
But
ecosystem can work. We
but
don't
with
do
that
exactly what they do.
but with that being said, our ancient ancestors did live with nature. They everything they
that's
did
a
Thank
was
you.
fact.
with one with nature.
Thank
So
you.
I
Yeah, but
will
they
say
weren't
They
Thank you.
I
didn't
animals
do the
though.
same as
We were in
nature
harmony with
specifically,
nature.
though.
You
no,
know
They
they
how
weren't
we
did
lived?
not
animals.
do the same as nature, but they were in
That's what I'm
harmony
saying.
with nature.
Allow me to
Yeah.
depict to you. Allow me to depict to you how we used to be in Africa. Can I give you a depiction? I want to take
Wait,
you
you
back.
saying we all came from Africa
I
though?
didn't come from Africa.
Uh, oh my goodness.
My
Hey,
fault.
Okay.
That was a little
We can. Okay.
tactical.
Okay. We came
Okay,
from the earth. We
nature
came from the earth.
flex is a more. So
Okay. We'll leave that alone. We'll leave that alone.
Yeah, we could go
Let's
yeah,
deep
go
let's
though.
just
back
leave
to
that
our
alone.
indigenous times, because all humans
Yeah.
have migrated from Africa. We scientifically know. We scientifically know that all humans have migrated from the continent of Africa, but we will not go into that fact. I don't
But
care
what is
where
the
we ended
compass?
up.
Yo, and if you get
I
a
do not
compass, is the
care
compass
where we ended
point
up.
source? Like
What I'm saying is that we
Portland,
have
Africa.
scientific
Like
evidence that shows that we
Wait,
have all derived from that continent
No, that's a fact.
genetically.
That's a fact.
So I don't
Look,
care
I
where we ended
subscribe to
up.
that. So that's a fact.
Okay.
wait, yeah,
So
wait,
I
Boogie. So you going with the
excuse me.
Big Bang over there?
No, no,
Not you,
not
But
Boogie.
that. No, but at the end of the day, God, listen, hear me out. You already know how I am. At the end of the
Copy.
day,
yo,
on
Yeah,
a
I know.
logical standpoint, the original people, right? Our ancestors came, they populated Africa first, right? And then they migrated from Africa to other areas and developed, which is why it's
Yeah,
pyramids
even
all around this motherfucker. So
the
but
Olmec,
regardless, if you
the
are of
whole
original blood, yes, you do come from that line of people that populated Africa
but
first.
understand the
and
whole
we
thing
know
with
that through
Pangea.
genetics.
Everything
We
was called
know that through
Africa at one
genetics.
point.
We
It was
know
one
that through
continent.
science and biology. We're not going to argue that point. That point is final. We know that all DNA it roots back to Africa. We know that. We have a database of that. We have studies of that. That's science. That is not fiction. We do not have to need to argue that.
But
Okay. We might have
I
ended
feel
up
like
in Americas. We ended up in the Americas. Fine.
It was one
Because we
continent.
traveled
yo,
all over
nature
the
boy,
planet. Fine. We
nature.
derived from Africa.
I would like to say nature. For instance, I know somebody that actually like they was able to trace back their line, their bloodline, and their bloodline was like all the way in Alabama. It never switched. It wasn't no Africa. It was nobody had that in their documents that they was from Africa. Everything was like Alabama.
We are from
So
here.
I'm just I don't know. Listen, I don't do the debates. I could have a conversation, then we could like pull out our little stuff on it. But I
Right.
don't
But
think
your database is based in what? And
But
what?
hear me out though. Hear me out. Most black folk in America, right, our direct descendants are were the indigenous people of this land, right? But I'm saying those direct ancestors, right, that we
They
are talking
traveled
about,
here from
their
Africa.
blood
yeah,
came is
that's what it is.
connected. You get
That's
what
what
I'm
it is.
saying? So
Yeah.
regardless, you are of the original people blood, and the original people populated Africa. You feel me?
Right. Okay.
Right.
So let's move forward now. We got that. Okay. Good. I thought
appreciate
we
you,
had
yo.
that.
Appreciate you,
Right.
knowledge. I knew you could do it. Thank you.
Thanks for taking the time out to explain what I already knew. All right. So
Anytime,
check it
brother
out.
God, anytime.
Yo, that's funny.
Let's check it out. I'm gonna give you a storyline. In the beginning,
Mhm.
God created the heavens and the earth.
Mm,
God
Whoa.
created the stars.
mm.
In the beginning, God said, "Let there be light." He created the heaven, the stars. He, she, whatever you want to say. Created the heaven and created the stars and created all things. Right.
Mhm.
Now, why would I create something I can't experience? So hell with that. I'm gonna create a way that I can experience my own creation. I'm gonna create man as an avatar. Then I'm gonna breathe
Myself.
myself into man.
Right,
Go,
yeah.
go, go ahead, bro. Go ahead, because I want to say my story without interruption. Because I'm gonna give you the concept
We
of it.
just agreeing with you. We agree with
Oh,
you,
I
Yeah.
didn't
bro.
hear nothing.
Flowing.
I didn't hear
Yeah,
nothing.
we
I didn't know if
agree.
that was interrupted.
Yeah.
No, you good. You good.
So God creates this creation, the heaven, the moon, the stars, and all the things, and on the seventh day rests. This is good. Okay, so why did I create it? To look at it? Fuck no. I want to go experience it. So I'm going to make a man and I'm going to breathe myself and descend myself into man. But I don't want to remember that I'm God. That might defeat the purpose of me of creating this creation. Why would I want
Right.
to remember my God? Matter of fact, I'm going to wipe my memory clean that I'm God and make the objective of me, of this whole existence, to remember that I am who I am and then come back to being God again. That's the objective of my whole experience. Okay, so God is standing there. And it's a creation. It's looking like, oh wow, look at this. Okay, so I'm looking at all this stuff. I don't know what I am, but how am I supposed to experience myself? How am I supposed to be experience myself? I'm alone. I can't kiss these lips. I can't hug me. I can't experience myself. I can't talk to myself. I can't talk to these animals. These animals are not designed. I didn't design them through the DNA. I didn't
Because we're
because I
not the
made them
same.
through DNA. I did. I. It's not that we're not the same. I just. Can you speak Spanish? Can you speak German? No, you can't. But you are the
Those are
same human being. All
those
right,
are
listen,
art.
listen, listen. The
That's an
dialect
But
is
art.
what you
different. The,
just
the
Languages are
said
art.
though,
communication,
that
the
don't make sense.
communication. Stop.
Yeah,
Okay,
brother.
stop. Let me finish my story, man. Because you're confusing everything.
Go ahead, Jesus. Go ahead,
Peace,
If
Jesus.
peace,
somebody
peace.
trying to, if somebody trying to learn right now, man. Even if you think you know, let them listen. So God creates Himself, but He can't experience Himself. Can't kiss His own lips. Can't talk to Himself. Can't experience Himself. You're not in existence without someone else. Without something else or someone else as a human being, you can't experience who you are. You can't have a human experience without something else. So God says, from DNA, from the rib, which is the ribosome, I'm going to create my own woman. I'm going to create woman. So through woman, God creates woman, and then now he is able to see himself, reflection of himself, and now he's able to, and then it populates the earth, right? And he makes other beings on the earth or whatever the situation is. What I'm saying to you is this: that when we were originally here, we knew as African people and as indigenous people all over the planet, we knew our connection. We knew our connection. This is why IHRs is everywhere, all over the pyramids, everywhere. We knew our connection with all things. And
Mhm.
so the way we praise God was we had festivals and we had always had parties and celebrations every day. We had many gods, just like in India. India has
Mhm.
many gods. We had many gods. Everything was God. We had the ocean god, the water god, the air god.
Mhm.
This is when you get
Mhm.
into Oshun. This is when you get into Oshun. We have the air god. We have the fire god. We have all these things as God.
Mhm.
Everything is God, and especially the woman. We revered the woman as God because she sustained life. Anything that sustained life was revered God. That means the tree that gave us food, that was our God. Oh my God, the tree, it has given us food. Oh, the rain, it's rained on our crop. That is our God. And we had a rain God, and we had this God, and we had our woman God. Because our woman by herself sustained life with her breast milk. And with her, she's able to give life to our kids. So we referred her as God as well because she sustained